Hello, this is Ithuna from the U.S. Nordressel Band of Hunters. This is on his Chamois Kill All Today on live, but on beta, his name is Insane Chamois. Today we're looking at the tillers, and mostly the farm for the most part. As you can see here, this is the nice farm that you get. This is only Stage 2. Stage 1 that you get after you go ahead and help Farmer Yoon at level 90 only remove a bunch of rocks from his yard. After a little bit of talking, you're able to go ahead and you're given some quests to go plant some seeds and do a few things with them. You got 3 tools in order to mess with your plants and everything. You got a dense shovel, a rusted watering can, and vintage bug sprayer. The shovel is only to dig up your plants. Only do it when you get a quest or you find out you made a terrible error. Every crop that you get will generate 5 of the crop that you planted, no matter what. You got like a 20% chance or something like that in order to get seeds from it, or get seeds back. There's a special person in town that you can talk to that goes ahead and once you pay him, he'll tell you what the next day's or what to plant for today to get a better yield tomorrow. His name is Jogu the Drunk. If you're wondering what these little question marks are for, they're for quite a few of these people in here require or have their own rep group for themselves in addition to being part of the tillers that you can turn in for additional rep. These items are specific to what player or what NPCs would like them. You can give it to them, but you want to give them specifically the ones that are for them so you can get more rep out of it. As you can see here, asking him to you have to pay him gold to get the word on the next crops. Like today, I planted a bunch of scallions that you saw before because when they're in high yield for tomorrow, you get an additional 3 to 5 extra of the plant you planted. And also a 20% chance to get that many extra seed, or 3 to 5 extra seeds, just like you would without the extra yield. The extra yield is great for when you're trying to corner the auction house early on for vegetables, or you're trying to get it into or package them up into containers so you can go ahead and get some tokens for the rep group. These tokens are especially good for getting extra food that you need that you didn't have before, namely meats, because they have a drop chance instead of just planting seeds to get them. The fun time that you'll have with that. The main reason for the tokens, however, is right here with Nam Ironpaw. Let's go ahead and check out what he has. As you can see, he has mostly cooking mats, but on this first page, you'll notice a few things right off the bat. As you can see with these are connected with your Battle.net account. The rolling pin, the apron, or the rolling pin is a Battle.net account bound, but the frying, as well as the frying pan, but the apron, you have to complete all your quests for cooking, if I recall correctly, just in order to get the tabard. Once you have all 3 equipped, your cooking skills increased by 10. Well, since you're going to be leveling in 5 different paths of cooking, which I'll show you in just a second as well, you're going to be there anyway. It doesn't really matter. Now, the most important thing to note is that the feasts in Pandaria are split up to 10-man and 25-man, which makes things a lot harder since you can't just feed one 40-man group when you're trying to raid Orgrimmar or whatever you're doing. You get little people to summon for cooking, and then of course the best thing ever, the flippable table, as everybody has seen in the forums. The other things you can buy with tokens, as I stated, is food. Blue is for fishing, red is for meat, and green is for fruits and veggies. There are 5 different paths of cooking. Master of the Oven, which I have most of the cooking done anyway. Master of the Brew, who is with farming is by far the easiest. But before you get a hold of farming, he's one of the harder ones because you got to have excess amount of food just to cook this. There's your seed vendor, and this is your kitchen storage vendor. One of the only two ways to get tokens, because you got to go ahead and get the empty containers and fill them up. If it's meat, you need 20, unless it is the let me see if I can find it here. Golden carp. Golden carp requires 60, which is a little annoying. And all fruits require 100 of them. All fruits and vegetables require 100 in order to get them into a container that you can turn in for a token. It's repeatable, but it doesn't show that it is. Well, it is on beta right now, repeatable anyway. It may actually just become a daily when it gets on live. The next master is Master of the Wok, Master of the Steamer, Master of the Pot, Master of the Grill. Now, you may ask, why do you need these named? Let me show you why. The Way of the Grill. They work in strength. Strength food. Way of the Wok is agility. Way of the Pot is intellect. Way of the Steamer is spirit. And Way of the Oven is stamina. Way of the Brew, it's just a bunch of mana. Either way, you require a bunch of mats just to make the 10 and 25 man. As you can see here, this is the 10-man feast. You make 5 of them when you make these, so that's an awesome time saver. But at the same time, the sheer amount of materials needed just to make these is mind-boggling. And here's the 25 man. Feeds up to 25 people. Now, you can see here, it requires 100 of the vegetables just to make. And then the soy sauce that you have to buy from Nam Ironpaw, like as shown before, if you go see back at the beginning of the video. The rest of the banquets, or the feasts, require 1 soy sauce, and depending on 10 or 25 man, requires 10 or 20 of the meats. There's always a fish, there's always a regular meat, and there's always a fruit or vegetable. The fruit or vegetable is an account of 50 for 10 man. For 25 man, just double it, except for the soy sauce. That's still 1. That's the only good thing out of it. Other than that, by the time you're finished leveling cooking to 600 and one of the ways, you have so many feasts, you might be scratching your head trying to figure out what to do with them. Quite seriously, you'll be feeding your raid group for quite a while, for just one way of the path. Or one path. After you max out all the paths, or all the ways, you get a title, Master of the Ways, and of course, buying other things. And in order to go ahead and get the 4 more spots of land for going ahead and planting your vegetables, you have to get the vote for Tina Mudpaw, I think her name was. I have to double check that. But either way, after you go ahead and plant her scallions, you turn that into her. You come back to Farmer Yoon. Farmer Yoon goes ahead and directs you to under his shed, or under his house, whatever you want to call it. And there will be a dirt pile there. You loot it, and then you go ahead and get this marsh lily. You turn in the marsh lily, which enables you to go ahead and look into other dark patches of soil and loot these items that you can turn in that you were seeing before with the question marks over their head. Allows you to turn it in and get extra rep with these people. The point of this rep is to ensure, or is to also get great gifts from them in return later on. Like one of them, you give trade them, or give this one panda lady jade cats. The jade cats go ahead and, after she's exalted, she supposedly gives you a jade cat of your own and as a companion pet. After you do that, you go ahead and you do a few quests, and you gotta wait 15 minutes before you get your 4 spots of land, because another panda comes in and sprays down all the weeds. that is in this patch. The other patch requires moving this giant old heaping rock and fixing the wagon right here. Not sure yet on how that's going to benefit in addition to fixing the wagon, but oh well. I'm not going to go ahead and show you what patches of dark soil are supposed to look like, or what they do currently look like here in Pandaria and beta. Let's first find one, and hopefully not too many people are looking out for them. The Heartland I found so far on beta to be the best location just to farm these, but you can find these things anywhere in Pandaria. And I do mean anywhere. I found one near outside the Jade Temple and Jade Forest, or Temple of the Jade Serpent, excuse me. As we can see here, this is all run with vermin and somebody doing one of the dailies for the tillers with the Plain Strider, which is just a giant flying bird. Let's see. You can scroll forward through this video a few seconds ahead just to see till I can find the dirt pile. Oh, here we go. Never mind. Here's a dark soil patch right now. You just right-click it. You loot it. It's BOP. Yay, we got rep item for certain people. And as we can see, there's another one over there. That's why I was saying I love this area in the heartland of Valley of the Four Winds, because you get so many of these patches of dark soil just to turn in. And there's that jade cat I was talking about. You turn that into specific people that they request, and you have fun with getting your rep. Here's another patch. Another jade cat. There's stuff like jade cat, ruby shards, blue feathers, simplistic stuff. You can find these while questing and all that. And really, it's just a lot of work. But in comparison to the other rep groups, the tillers can be one of the easier ones. What takes the longest by far is probably the anglers, to the best of my knowledge. Because the anglers, I get only like 3 dailies, but that's for another video. And I'm going to show you one of these people specifically when you turn it in. I've done a few of these already, so don't be surprised at how much their bar, and I'll show you what I mean by their rep for individual people. As you can see here, there's this nice little heart and a bar next to it. That's their rep. And as you can see with the number, you can turn them in. And you get an extra daily by just having the food and turning in 5 of the food that you make from your cooking of the paths, which is before you get like this braised turtle right here. You cook 5, he'll take them, he'll eat them for the day, but I already did that for today, so can't show that. Go ahead and turn in the nice feather. Oh boo-hoo, his son died. All that sad stuff. Or his wife died, his son loved it. Loved to get him for his wife. That's pretty much why he likes the blue feathers. And that's why you get rep with him. But either way, you turn it all in and you get all that. Okay. And then we just head back on to Half Hill, which is the location of your farm in the Valley of the Four Winds. Now, please note, anything and everything is subjugated to change from beta to live. Do not take everything on here for granted. For the most part, it's pretty good and probably set in stone. But, on the other hand, it might not be, because the Alliance and the Horde entry quests were completely different from what they are right now in beta. Right now in beta, the Alliance quests are glitchy, so I'm trying to wait them out, trying to hopefully wait for them to finish fixing the bugs. But after they're finished fixing the bugs on that, I'll go ahead and get videos up for that. 15-minute segments. But they used to be lame, boring, and all that. Right now, they look extremely epic. So I want to get a hold of that as soon as I can. Well, either way. This is Ethuna on his Shaman, based on Shaman Kill All Today from Live on US Nordrassil. Hope to see you again soon with my next video, which will hopefully be the video for the Alliance intro quests. So long.